one video out on YouTube, and I already get to do a YouTuber reacts.
Hi, so you don't quite know me yet, but we are just two people who built a tiny house from a bus and wanted to mind our own business and build a home in 2020. Well, we were really lucky to pick up this plot before prices skyrocketed, but it also positioned our building timeline according to our covenants to try and build during the most chaotic building market.
So covenants are like a legal set of rules you agree to when you purchase the land, set up usually by the developer, that just has rules on how you can live and what you can build. The consequences for not following your neighborhood's covenants and guidelines is you get legally vibe checked in the form of a fine or possibly getting sued.
At that point, we were working with a real development officer, we had some plans certified, and we just moved a little bit of dirt, and it immediately disqualified us for our loan. When we get around to the next loan, you start seeing the prices of building costs skyrocket. More specifically, our quote went from $70,000 to $90,000 to $180,000 to $200,000. If you're like, well, that doesn't sound too bad, you're not the only one. I think people during the pandemic were flooding from cities to more rural areas because they're cheaper and you had more space. We got people coming in with a lot more cash to spend, and our neighbors' houses start to go for double. Essentially, Miss Rona priced us out of the market. And then the cherry on top, I end up getting melanoma, so that takes 3 months to find out I'm going to be okay and recover. So we spent a significant amount of time trying to work with this RD loan, laying around watching TV for a few months, attempting to woo a contractor to build a house, or looking into almost anything at this point. Then calling a million banks to try and finance something under $100,000.
We did actually find something. We have a deposit on it. We found someone who will actually finance it, which that was half the problem. We're just waiting for our loan to be finalized. As long as there's no surprises, all we have to do is plumb it and drop it. I honestly did not even want to look at this, but before I open it, the guy was super nice. I don't have any complaints. He's kind of like the peacekeeper in the neighborhood, and he's just like the HOA treasurer, so like I think that's just part of his job. And he even made a comment once that like literally everyone complains, but he's also very comfortable telling us how many people think our bus is ugly, which like I know, I get it, but okay, I'm just gonna, nothing can hurt me. Okay, so it has been noted you are approaching your 1-year deadline as of October, at which you can no longer have your temporary living quarters, which during that period of actual construction, the owner may reside in a self-contained motorhome or self-contained camper on lot for a period of 1 year. We recommend you refresh yourself with the declarations of restrictions. Thank you, Board of Directors. I mean, nothing I didn't know, so I guess I'm moving this weekend.
Suppose it was time to pack up and head back to the parking lot from whence I came. Originally, I was really upset about this just because we scraped for this piece of land and to save up for a house, and then worked so hard to avoid this moment, but what are you gonna do?
I think I figured that them figures out to get you. Let them pull the strings that trigger what you say. Think it's difficult to get out on my brain. I wish life wasn't any other way, but it's all side roads to nowhere, and I can find a map that seen them out my place.
Honestly, the hardest thing was to decide which plants I was taking. It was not taking these ground cherries, so I just picked what I could, and I believe it took the whole summer for this bountiful harvest.
You still sticking here with me? Yeah, you still sticking here with me? And I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you. I'm a scrub, but you still love me. You love me.
And then I had to stop this Shawshank Redemption moment happening in the worms and put them in a more secure worm jail. I think they'll be happier there since it's darker and they'll be insulated from the cold.
I'm a scrub, but you still love me. You love me.
One last deposit in turn on the good old compost pile.
Even there when the times get ugly. I'm broke. Oh wait, shit. It's the second verse, right? I think it goes like, I'm a scrub, but you still love me. You love me. I'm a scrub, but you still love me. You love me. Even though I don't make no money, you've been there when the times get ugly. I'm a scrub, but you still love me. You love me. I'm a scrub, but you still love me. You love me. Even though I don't make no money, you've been there when the times get ugly. And I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you.
It'll be a lot easier to do some of the projects, like finish painting the bus there. There won't be so much dust floating around, so I think it'll be a nicer finish. The hardware store is right down the road. I really love the guys at that Ace Hardware. They got so used to me coming in there like multiple times a day when we were building out the bus. I got really attached to my Ace Hardware boys. And then when I moved to a different town, I was like, I'm not interested. These aren't the right people. They're perfectly nice though. So I'm just gonna try and make the most out of it. The other thing is like we have access to a junk pile. We have access to a whole library of tools. So in power, I don't have to start that goddamn generator when I want to do something. I hate that thing so much. I feel like it makes a fool out of me. And it's just like, I feel like I'm wrestling it, trying to start it. It takes me like 10 good pulls and like fiddling with the choke. Niche generator jokes, just for you. Okay, moving on.
So technically we did make it to the parking lot, but oh my god, it went so bad, and I decided to split this into 2 parts so I could really dive in deep to what a shit show it was. One of us was gonna have to pull it, and one of us was gonna have to sit in the bus and steer and brake. I have never pulled a trailer, and I have never driven a bus. So I was like, you know what, I think I can handle braking. If that sounds like a bad idea, that's because it was. But right when we got here and we had someone come look at it, the bus fired right up, so all that drama for nothing. Or what was the deal?
There's a cylinder, there's a pin in there, a piston, and either the magnet's weak or the valve is bad in it, so it was stuck shut. So it wasn't opening.
So you just tap on it with a hammer?
Yeah, he just like tapped on it with his pliers and it
Oh.
fired up. He took it off to test it so that he could slide it back and forth, and then once he put it back together and it wasn't starting, he tapped it and it started.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of funny, as soon as I got here and I stopped resisting having to leave our land and the big bad thing happened, I felt so much relief. I'm sleeping better. I don't feel like I'm constantly like looking over my shoulder, and when people drive by slow, I'm not like, I know the bus is ugly. Like, I've seen people this week, I've gotten free snacks, I've went out for drinks, sleeping great, enjoying myself, so ultimately, like, that was the whole point of the bus, was to build something that could move and be flexible with us when something wasn't working out in an area. And I feel a lot more confident now that if this loan were to fall through, I feel fine selling that chunk of land and getting something with no covenants where no one can tell us what to do, so, or move to a whole nother state.